Okay, so we do have the new Dragon Ball Sparking Zero scans, and it's exactly what we thought with one exception. So, again, originally what we said was going to happen with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is that power was going to be Broly and that speed was going to be Gogeta. Well, power is still Broly, but speed, they decided to just, I guess they thought they were swerving us and they made it hit. Which hit is not even speed, it's time. But you know, I guess they saw everyone making those connections and said, "Oh well, we'll just push DBS Gogeta to an overall fusions trailer reveal or whatever." But hit. But the point still remains. There's nothing new here except a new fodder character on the speed side of things, which is Konkusa from, I think, Xenoverse 2 with Ribrianne, and I guess that confirms Roshi too. So a lot of fodder and low tier characters. Like, again, this game is shaping up to be nothing but super garbage. And again, I do like some things in super. Don't get it wrong. When I say super garbage, I mean you're not having enough variety of the entire Dragon Ball media, because people want the old Dragon Ball Z characters like Fasha, King Vegeta, potentially Hatchak from the movie specials, Harudagon, like different characters like that. You know what I'm talking about when I bring up the old Dragon Ball Z characters, GT, etc. But more or less, nothing new here. Like everything that we're seeing here is pretty much like already in Xenoverse 2. Broly, we got Kale, and I think she's in her, that might be her bigger form. It could just as easily, at the angle that we're looking at it from here, it could just as easily be her Super Saiyan 2 form. So probably not even getting a good form of Kale. Everything we're seeing here again, Master Roshi, which is like, okay, we already knew about that. The big takeaway from this is that, yep, Trunks is going to be wasting a total of potentially 10 slots. And I say 10 slots because DBZ base Trunks with sword, Super Saiyan DBZ Trunks, then the Trunks from the Buu Saga, the Kid Trunks, and then Super Saiyan Kid Trunks. Then, of course, you got to go back to DBZ, which is Fighting Trunks, and get base Fighting Trunks, Super Saiyan Fighting Trunks, and then, of course, Ultra Super Saiyan Fighting Trunks. And then, yet again, you got to go to Dragon Ball Super and go to base Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2, and then potentially Super Saiyan Rage. So that might be what, like, so like 1, 2, what? Trunks by himself could be wasting 12 slots out of the 164 slots in this game. And you had the audacity to waste a fodder slot on Konkusa that nobody wanted. Like, if you're going to get the spike, again, Team Bardock, okay? The Crusher Core, Dragon Ball Super, like, you know, especially Xenoverse 2, like, come on. I mean, I probably wouldn't be upset if the roster was bigger and we got confirmation that those other characters were coming. But again, still a no buy for me. I mean, I'm looking at all this. Birder got confirmed, so what? Broly doing stuff, well, okay. I think the other reveal on this, on the upper part, might be a Raccoon attack or a Nappa attack. But again, and then on the speed portion, pretty much nothing new, which makes me believe like they really threw hit in there at the last second. They had nothing to go with. So we got Birder and Jace, which confirms all of the Ginyu Force. Of course, they were getting in, but then Dispo got confirmed too. So they really wanted to use Gogeta, but they just said, nah. But again, this is terrible reveals. What were they doing? What were they thinking? Again, right now, I don't want to be negative about anything Dragon Ball, considering what's happened, but you know I keep it real. And of course, the failure that is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero has nothing to do with the greatness that is Akira Toriyama, so I will say what I have to say. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, nothing wow worthy. That's what I have to say. Nothing that really took me back. I'm like, oh wow, this character's coming in. I did not see that. It was like, oh wow, Konkusa. Okay. I mean, I guess they had to justify throwing in Dragon Ball Super Android 17 somehow when they do that expansive Tournament of Power playthrough, you know, story mode. So I guess that'll be one of his fights or whatever, which unfortunately we might as well just throw Ribrianne on the ride. Like, we already knew that they were going to throw in at least one representative for all the main universes in the Tournament of Power. But again, the game is just filling up to be just Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Super. And of course, people are going to say, well, of course that's what it's going to be, because the Dragon Ball Super is the current thing right now. Look, we want more than Dragon Ball Super. It's nothing different from all the other modern Dragon Ball games. We want the retro characters back. We want the older characters back. Look, it's a weird place to be at right now as a Dragon Ball games fan, because you have to explain that, okay, yeah, we're like, cool, you're using some more characters other than just like the main event characters like Jiren or Broly, but again, get the older characters in first. If you get all these other older characters that were in Tenkaichi 3, Raging Blast 2 that we haven't seen in a while, yeah, you could throw the newer modern Dragon Ball Super characters in, but I'll be honest with you, they're not going to get much of a reaction because, again, been there, done that, seen those characters. We want friends we have not seen in a while. I want Fasha. I've not seen her in a while. In Dragon Ball games. In console Dragon Ball games. I don't play the mobile junk. That's what we want. So when you're telling me, well, look, we were putting the same characters that you had as Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. Oh, wow. Okay, so I don't have any reason to buy your game over Xenoverse 2. All right, do what you do. Don't care. Still not buying your game. It's just like you're doing the same stuff month after month. Don't care. These are most of these characters are characters that we already saw in that trailer that played a couple of months back. And Konkusa is the only actual new reveal, along with Kale. And again, Kale, don't know what form she's in, so it's whatever. Don't really care. Again, just do the release date already. You probably do a lot better just doing a release date and letting people be shocked by the roster that way, which again, it would still be the same exact stuff that we've already seen. But that's what I think it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, because I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed at all by this. Again, I'm not trying to be hateful. A lot of people, whenever you criticize Dragon Ball games, especially Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, they go into this defensive mindset. Like, you know how people try to make that meme when people got pissed off with Power World and, oh, you're defending the $1 billion Nintendo company. Well, when people have legitimate criticisms of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero for not doing enough and being lazy and just relying on the new content, because the new Dragon Ball Super characters will sell because it's new and fresh. Okay, we don't care. Well, you're hating on it. You're hating on it. You're criticizing it. You're hating on it. I just don't care. So guys, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.